Hey, what's going on YouTube? Isaac here. Got my Buck Model 110 collection out here for you all. Not really just a collection of 110, but really a showcase of the different types of Buck Model 110s that are out there. So the Buck Model 110, like this is the standard version right here. That's probably the most famous folding knife around. I would make that claim, at least the style anyway. Now, there's a lot of different variations to the Buck 110, and I obviously do not have them all here on the table, nor would they all even fit on this table. Just a few different types that are around, floating around, and I just wanted to show them off. So we got 5 here, and I'll discuss some even variations of these models here. First up, we got the 110 LT for light. Handles are plastic, some kind of, glass reinforced nylon or, some fancy word for plastic. And it's got Buck's famous 420HC blade with the Boss heat treat, of course. And it's got the standard lock back here that all Buck 110s have. This knife comes very sharp and it really feels great in the hand. I love the lightweight of this knife. I like this checkering here on the handles. I like the Buck logo there. It's solid. There's no flex in these handles, which is good. No flimsy bull crap like a Benchmade bug out. Yep, I said it. I hate that knife. One complaint about the LT is there's a little bit of wiggle up and down, which I'm not a fan of. But I don't think, well, first of all, this isn't a hard use chopping wood type of knife. Most applications, that lock's not going to fail you. I don't think it'll fail. Anyways, it's just a little wiggly. I think just because of these plastic handles. I don't think the set screws or whatever, pivot screws here, hold into the plastic as tight as they would on, the classic brass model. But, this LT version, I think it's real nice. It fits in the pocket good. It does come with a belt sheath like the standard 110. You even get a lanyard hole in this version, which you don't in any of the others. So that is unique to the LT model. There were a few variations of this floating around. Most were dealer exclusives that now are long and gone, as it seems Buck is not really doing dealer exclusives anymore. There was one I know called the Smoke Jumper where the handle was red, and I think they had a 154 cm blade on that knife. Used to be at a dealer called SK Blades, who fortunately is now out of business because Buck quit doing special knives for some reason. I think it had to do with staff leaving the company and different shortages and stuff that have been around the last couple of years. But so very unfortunate. But this knife right here, the standard version, you could probably get it at any Walmart. I know the one by my house usually has it in stock for 25 bucks. So definitely the cheapest thing here on the table as well. Next up is the 110 Slim model, because it's slim. That's how it got its name. Also a plasticky, glass reinforced or fiberglass reinforced nylon. This one has a thumb stud and a bit different blade shape. This one comes in quite a few different color variants. I chose the chartreuse. Just thought it was, unique. Stand out from the regular black and browns and all that of the knife world, but this comes in like blue, red, green, tan, quite a few colors, maybe even more than that. But yeah, they changed up the blade shape from the classic 110. Not really a fan of this new blade shape. I like the classic big old clip point better. Now this one, the slim model, has upgraded versions that are readily available. They have the Slim Pro, which you can get in my Carter G10, and new for 2022, Buck released the TRX Slim, which has G10 handles. Those TRX and Pro models both have S30V blade steel. This is the 420HC. And the TRX ones, these, you can see the screws here. Well, they're not really screws. They're just, bolts or whatever. Then you can't really get them out easy. But the TRX versions have torque bit screws, so that you can take your knife apart and clean it and all that. But again, these handles have quite a bit more flex than the LT version here. This is the Slim Select, is probably my least favorite Buck 110. I prefer the thicker handle. It fills out the hand more. But, still nice to have one in the collection. And this one has a pocket clip. The first 110 with a pocket clip. Actually, no, that's not true. But it's there were some others many years ago that had pocket clips before this one. But a lot of people here on the tube seem to hate this pocket clip, but I actually like it. It's not too long like a lot of other pocket clips, and I like the anvil in there. So it works good for me. If you don't like it, that's okay, but I do. Next up, this is the classic Buck 110, the design that's been around since 1964 or so. Got that nice big sweeping clip point blade with a nice swedge up there. Comes very sharp. It's got brass bolsters and frame. This has diamond wood handle scales. If you would go out and buy a new Buck 110 today, you would have ebony wood scales. They don't use this diamond wood anymore. They use a nice dark colored ebony wood, which looks very nice. This is the 420HC steel version, which is standard that you can get at any sporting goods store, any Walmart. This does come in S30V steel. That is exclusive to Buck's website. Their classic 110, you can get an S30V blade steel. You can also get a drop point blade instead of this clip point, if that be your preference. But this is the Buck 110. I like it. I love how it fills out the hand. I love that curved handle. It is ergonomic AF. So this is where it's at, guys. This is the Buck 110. Up next, we have the Buck 110 Pro Edition. This has black G10 handle scales, and the rivets here, bolsters, are nickel. This has S30V blade steel. Got the logo there. That focuses, Boss S30V. This, of course, very comfortable in hand as well, as it's the nice thick curved handle, just like old granddaddy Buck 110 there. Comes with a leather belt sheath. This one actually came with a nylon belt sheath. Buck also quit using that nylon crap, and now they all come with leather once again. But this one's real nice. The G10 feels good. They actually discontinued these Pro models from what I have seen. Kind of a shame, but now that they make maybe the classic in S30V, they don't need those Pro models anymore. Because in reality, I don't think it's as pretty as the brass and wood. But functionality, you know, the G10's real nice, and you got the nice blade steel. So this is a good knife. Now this one, new for 2022, is the 110 Sport. We've got a black aluminum frame, which really brings down the weight of the Buck 110. This is a solid 7 ounces, maybe even over 7 for these. This brings it down to 4.5. So, you know, it's definitely a noticeable difference. We got the nice classic clip point blade. We got thumb studs on here for opening. And green micarta handles. Pocket clip. This is the Buck 110 for the 21st century right here. It feels great in hand. I love the green micarta S30V blade steel. It's great. If you're looking for a nice solid EDC knife, you know, this is good. I mentioned the blade wobble in this LT. None of these others have it. I think even this Slim Select, that doesn't have it. So maybe it's just something with this model, because these are plastic handles too. I know I blame the plastic on that one, but I don't know. This one, solid as a rock. They have the torque screw, so you can take that apart and stuff. Pocket clip can only go on this side though. They did not drill and tap this bolster over here for the pocket clip, which is a shame for lefties. So lefties, you got to go the classic route. No pocket clip. But this knife has been great this year. Now, if you look around the internet, you can probably find some secondary market, but there's been many dealer exclusive variations of the 110 throughout the years. Companies like that SK Blades I mentioned earlier, they had quite a few variants, usually with drop point blades. You'll see that quite often in fancier variants. Like they would even have some with 20 CV steel. I know DLT Trading used to have some with micarta scales and, well, still like the brass or nickel frames, the heavier versions. But they have micarta scales and I think S35 VN steel blades with drop points. So there's a lot of different variations out there, but you know, probably these three are the most common that you would see out and about, you know, at Cabela's or Walmart or something. This one you probably won't see too much anymore, and this one, you know, readily available online. I don't think I've seen this at my local Cabela's or anything. Maybe it's at yours, but you know, definitely at most online dealers. So Buck 110, the American classic, granddaddy of locking, folding knives, the most famous folding knife in the world. Hope you enjoyed this. It was a quick look at the Buck Model 110 variants. Enjoy yourself. Have a great day. Go cut something with a Buck 110.